Albert Einstein once said that the most important decision you'll ever make is to decide once and for all whether you live in a universe that is supportive, that supports you and is friendly, or whether you live in a universe that is hostile and is non-supportive.
That it was the perception of the environment that controlled the cell. Well, in cell levels, perceptions are perceptions, but at human levels, perceptions are beliefs. And it turns out that it's actually our beliefs that select our genes and select our behavior. What we really want to find out is, where's the brain of the cell? So here's the point. The brain of the cell is the structure that controls the signals to tell the cell what to do in response to the environment. Perception not only controls behavior, but perception will actually go in and select which genes you're going to express. The bottom line is that the genes do not control biology. This is a mistake. This is an assumption. It was made years and years ago. It was never proven scientifically. So what's the conclusion? Are you genetically controlled? Are you at the behest of your heredity? Are you a victim? Absolutely not. Why? Because by adjusting your perception, you can adjust your behavior. By adjusting your perception, you can select different genes in your function. By adjusting your perception, you can rewrite your genes.
Thoughts don't seem to be inside our brains. Our experiences don't all seem to be inside our brain. Your image of me now doesn't seem to be inside your brain, yet the official view is there's a little Rupert somewhere inside your head, and everything else in this room is inside your head. Your experience is inside your brain. I'm suggesting actually that vision involves an outward projection of images. What you're seeing is in your mind but not inside your head. Our minds are extended beyond our brains in the simplest act of perception.
Así que, ¿cuál es la verdadera imagen del mundo? ¿Cuál es su verdadera textura? ¿Cómo es en realidad? La respuesta es, depende de quien lo observe.
Perception, in my opinion, is awareness. Dictionary calls it awareness, but it's shaped by belief. Belief actually precedes perception. Beliefs control your perceptions. If you rewrite the beliefs, you can rewrite perception. And if you rewrite the perception, you can rewrite the genes and the behavior.
PSYCH-K is an easy-to-use tool to change subconscious beliefs. Those are the beliefs that you really call the source of all your habits in your life. So most people find it difficult to change habits, but with PSYCH-K it's really very easy. Well, many results, ranging from physiological results, disease processes that were interrupted or actually just dissolves, certain aspects of physiology changing because there's a very strong correlation between the mind and the body, and most of the neuroscience that we are privy to these days substantiates that connection. And on a personal level, more joy, more happiness, better relationships with other people, better relationships with myself and my own spirit.
Life has everything in it. Life has everything, but you will only see what you have perception filters to see. And you were taught perception filters. You were taught by your parents. You were taught in school. You were taught how to see life. And here's the beautiful part. We can remove these filters that have interfered with our lives, and it does not take long.
I think that when people's belief systems change, their behaviors change. When the behaviors change, the external world changes. There's kind of a paradox here. By changing what's within each of us, we'll change the outside world. What we're busy trying to do is regulate or change the outside world to accommodate every problem we see coming along. That's not the way to do it. The problem's actually in here. You change in here, you change the problem out there.
How could the environment influence what we thought was genetic control? What I was really finding is that
The membrane was an intelligent mechanism. It would read what was going on in the world around it and then send information into the cell to adjust the biology to meet the demands of the world. And so why that became important is I started recognizing, well, the information that controls the cells is not in the cell. The information that controls the cells is from the outside.
I think we're trying to fix the problem at the wrong level. We're trying to fix it at the physical level when we haven't dealt with the subconscious level, the patterns of belief which drive our behaviors, which create perceptions, which actually either going to change the problem into a solution or we're just going to stay with the problem.
So our beliefs are altering our biology at every moment, at every time, okay? So the question is, what kind of beliefs and genes am I affecting? Here's this beautiful but very important, simple understanding. The genes in your cell are the equivalent of programs in a disk in a computer, okay? And the bottom line about it is this: what kind of programs then are in your body?
Basically, your life was programmed because the primary subconscious programs that shape our lives, we downloaded those programs in the first 6 years of our lives, even before our consciousness was fully evolved.
Nuestro cerebro lo que hace es todas estas operaciones por detrás, mucho antes de que emerja nuestra conciencia. Uno cree que yo elegí.
Y nada.
No, fueron tus neuronas quienes elegieron.
Oye, y entonces, ¿para qué sirve la conciencia? Porque lo que me estaba diciendo es que el inconsciente es capaz de alumbrar procesos cognitivos de una complejidad enorme, de una complejidad que haría creer a cualquiera que para tomar una decisión tendrías que haber pensado conscientemente lo que estaba ocurriendo. Pues resulta que no es verdad. Resulta que la mayoría de las decisiones que tomáis vosotros son inconscientes, no son conscientes.
Todo acto motor voluntario es involuntariamente iniciado.
Increíble.
Paradoja siguiente. Todo acto consciente es inconscientemente elaborado por nuestro cerebro.
La primera condición inexcusable para poder ser feliz es tener la sensación de que controlas algo de tu vida.
Because when we become aware of the mechanism, then you're aware of the opportunity of controlling the mechanism.
Y que también nos acordemos del filósofo José Ortega y Gasset, que decía: las ideas las tenemos, en las creencias estamos, en las creencias vivimos. Entonces, ¿qué estás dispuesta a creer sobre ti mismo y sobre tu capacidad de hacer frente al desafío?
Everything depends on evolving habits, not on fixed laws.
Que es verdad que una experiencia individual puede incide sobre la estructura misma del cerebro. De manera que por primera vez en la historia de la evolución sabemos que es posible cambiar. Oh, es impresionante. Sí. La gente no aceptaba hasta ahora que se puede cambiar.
Using a PSYCH-K balance where several different representations, one of those showing what the organs of the body were doing prior to a balance and then what happened afterwards.
And the real magic of this is lots of information is shared subconsciously that you're not aware of at all. Every time you walk into a room, especially if you're as close as I am to her right now, much information at the 4 billion bit processing level is being exchanged between us. So if I know what a new direction balance is, turns out I do, I muscle test her and her subconscious mind can actually give me a response to that because it can access my hard drive. It's not prayer because you're not really asking for intercession in some way. Come, please help me. It's not that kind of thing. You're just affirming this belief over and over. It's not visualization. It's not positive thinking. It's simply affirming a statement to be true, educating the parts that are in resistance, and doing it through the filters of whole brain integration. It's usually this process, I'd say on average, takes about 2 to 5 minutes for most beliefs to change. Small price to pay for something you've had all your life that's been arresting your life.